integration of exponential functions. So we have two formulas in this topic. So the integral of e to the x dx is equal to e to the x plus constant c, while the integral of e to the ax plus b with respect to x is equal to 1 over a e to the ax plus b. Let us try to apply these formulas. For example, so let's say that you have the integral of, e to the 5x minus 1 with respect to x. So basically from here, we're going to use this formula number 2, all right? So what does it say is that, again, this a is that 5 and that plus b is that minus 1, or the b is negative 1. So therefore, what will happen will be, it says 1 over a. Again, your a is 5. So 1 over 5, okay? Then it says e to the ax plus b. Then you just copy the question, e to the 5x minus 1. Then just add plus c, right? Very simple. Another example, suppose that you have the integral of e to the 4 minus 2x with respect to x. What is that one? Again, please, you need to be alert that the a here is the coefficient of your x. So in this one, your a is negative 2 and your b is equal to 4. So having said that one, then our final answer will be 1 over your a is negative 2. E raised to 4 minus 2x plus t. Okay, let's try to have an example. Suppose that there is number in front. So let's say, for example, we have there 6 e to the 2x, like that, with respect to x. So again, what you're going to do is that this 6, you can just put it in front, okay? So we can rewrite it. Let's do it step by step. So this will be 6, the integral of e to the 2x dx. And then let's use this formula here. So what we're going to do now is that is equal to 6. I'll just copy that 6. I'll use another color for the pen. So therefore, the integral of e to the 2x will be 1/2 e to the 2x. Okay, and then I will have there plus c. So 6 times 1/2 is 3. So therefore, 3 e to the 2x plus c. Okay, so if you have a number in front, you just need to multiply it to whatever the integral that you got. Let's say, for example, that I have, so let's say, for example, that I have the integral of, let's say now I have a fraction, 2/3, and e to the 1 minus 2x, okay, with respect to x. Again, you just need to put the 2/3 first outside. So let's put the 2/3 outside. So I will just remove that one. And then now I will apply the formula. Please remember that the a here is negative 2 and your b here is 1. So therefore, applying the formula, it says 1 over your a, negative 2. And then just simply copy the rest. Okay? And then whatever the answer, you multiply by 2/3. You multiply that one. So therefore, canceling this, so this will be equal to negative 1/3 e to 1 minus 2x, and just simply add plus c. Okay, so let's try to have more example. There are actually a lot of examples in your book, but in this one, let's just try to have some questions in this book. Okay, okay, I have given that example. Now, okay, Let's try now to look at the definite integral. A while ago, you have the indefinite integral. This time, we will have a definite integral. So in here, what we're going to have, okay, I'll just use red. So the integral of 9e to the 3x minus 1 dx from 1 to 2. So again, first we ignore the definite integral. What did we say is that this 9, we can just put outside, okay, 1, 2, and then we will take the integral of this. And what we have said, the integral of that one is equal to 1 out of 3. Why 1 out of 3? Because the a is equal to 3. So 1 out of 3, e to the 3x minus 1. But then since I already could remove my integral, so I will just remove that integral symbol. And I will replace it with this one from 1 to 3. Again, why do you need to remove the integral? Because you have simplified the integral. You have taken the integral. And then now you can just simply either you multiply the 9 first or plug in this. For me, I will multiply the 9 and the 1/3 first. So 3. And then I have this one from 1 to 3. Again, we need to multiply first the 3, the one on top. So 3 e to the 3 times 3 minus 1 minus e to the 3 times 1 minus 1. All right? And then you have there now 3 times 3 is 9 minus 1 is 10. So there's e to the 10 minus this one there is, oh, sorry, 9 minus 1 is 8. Oh my goodness, the pen is wrong. It's the marker's mistake, not mine. Ooh, what an excuse. So 3 times 1 is 3 minus 1 is 2. So that is e squared. Then you just need to simplify, okay? When you simplify that, that's going to be 3e squared times e to the 6 minus 1 is equal to 0. So basically, that is now, why did I put equal to 0? There's no equality. So basically, this is now the answer to that definite integral. Okay, so let's just have, again, a review. So again, you put the 9 outside, and then after putting the 9 outside, you can have the integral of e to the 3x minus 1. So you have there now 1/3 e to the 3x minus 1 from 1 to 3. And then just simplify that one. And then what you learned before in paper 1 is that the application of the area under the curve, okay? The area under the curve is given to be by the integral. What does it mean? That if you have here the x and the y-axis, and then you have here a curve, this is my y, is equal to the function of x. And the interval is from A to B. So what does it mean? Is that the region, the area of the region under the curve is equal to the integral of the function of x with respect to x from A to B. So it is actually the definite integral is the area under the curve. Take a look, huh? Area under the curve. Let's try to have some example. So in here you have the integral of 1 to 2, okay, of x squared plus e to the negative 2x dx. Okay, so basically that is the question. Okay, so let's try to integrate that. So let me just write 1, 2. Either you do it, either you can separate if you want to, or just take the integral right away. It's up to you. Okay, let's say I want to separate. Again, it's your choice whether you want to separate or not. But if you separate, the answer is the same. If you don't separate, the answer will be the same as well, right? No problem. So again, the integral of this is what? That's x cubed over 3 from 1 to 2, plus the integral of this is 1 over 2 negative, okay, e to the negative 2x from 1 to 2. And now we are ready to simplify. Plugging in the 2 first, so this will be 2 cubed, okay? 2 cubed over 3 minus, plug in the 1 cubed over 3. Okay, and then let's do the other one here. So this can be plus this negative 1/2. Okay, hold on. To make it better, I will put the negative 1/2 outside. Negative 1/2. Okay, then you plug in the 2. E to the negative 4 minus, you plug in the 1, e to the negative 2. Okay? So, you have there now 8 over 3 minus 1 over 3 is 7 over 3. Okay, again, 8 over 3 minus 1 over 3 is 7 over 3, because 2 cubed is 8. Then this one now is e to the negative 1/4. These two cannot be simplified. So the answer now will be minus 1/2 e to the negative 4 plus 1/2 e to the negative 2. And if you want to write that one in the positive power, then you're going to have there 7 over 3 minus 1 over 2 e to the 4, okay, plus 1 over 2 e squared, and just don't forget the plus c. Yes, so basically that's actually the same as that one. When you simplify, that's 2.39, okay? Now, you can try to do this different example here, or you do the one in your book. So basically, let's try to answer some of the questions here. Some very interesting question. For example, this one. So what you're going to do if you have something like this? Okay, it is a product, but then our formula, okay, we don't have, in the formula that we did, we don't have the product. Okay, so what we're going to do, okay, what we're going to do is, by the way, this is x. So it is the integral. We can just simply multiply this first. The integral of e to the negative x, e to the negative x plus e to the x. So that is now equal to plus e to the 0 with respect to x. So that is now that integral. Okay? So again, e to the 0 is 1. So let's tidy up this. That's e to the negative x plus 1 dx. And now we can take the integral. The integral of this is negative e to the negative x, and the integral of 1 is plus x. Okay? And just simply don't forget your plus c. That is now the final answer. If you don't like the negative power, then you can just write negative 1 over e to the x plus c. Okay, it is very important in further math that you know how to write from the negative powers to the positive power. Now, so that is the same strategy for letter A, letter B, letter C. For letter C, let's say you have this one. Remember that the formulas that you have is so basic. Again, what was our formula? It was the integral of e to the ax plus b dx. There is no square, there is no power. See? There is no square like that. So what shall we do? Because the question is a square. Then you need to expand, okay? So we need to expand this one. So that's going to be e to the 2x squared. The expansion is that e to the 4x minus 2e to the 2x plus 1, and then take the integral with respect to x. And presto, the answer to that one will be, let me just change some color. What am I going to use? Okay, that one. The answer that is 1/4 e to the 4x minus 2 e to the 2x times 1/2, okay, plus x, the integral of 1 is x, okay, plus c. Or we can now simplify 1/4 e to the 4x minus e to the 2x plus x plus c. So that is now our answer. Now, what about if we have, for example, this one, this kind of quotient question? Again, in this quotient question, our formula is just so simple, only this, no quotient. So what shall we do? You need to look at the numerator. The numerator has two terms. You have the 4, and then you have 2e to the 2x. There are two terms. So what you're going to do, and there's one term at the bottom, one term at the bottom. If that is the case, what you're going to do is, if that is the case, what you're going to do is divide first each term of the numerator by the denominator. So it means that that's going to be the integral of 4 over e to the 2x, okay, plus the integral of e to the 2x over e to the 2x dx, and this is also dx. Okay, again, I just split it like that, but you have an option whether to split it or not. It depends to you. So this is now the integral of 4 e to the negative 2x dx plus the integral of 1 dx. And then let's continue. So again, put the 4 outside. The integral of this one is negative 1 over 2 e to the negative 2x. So multiply that plus x plus c. Again, this part here is equal to negative 2 e negative 2x plus x plus c. So that is now the answer to this question. Okay, so you can actually try to do the exercises in your book. So just I am giving some exercises, by the way. Okay, just look at the look at the worksheet that I'll be giving to you. So okay, that's it. So for this one, you can just try by yourself. If you can't do it, then we're gonna discuss it in the classroom. Again, the purpose of this one is for you to be able to learn ahead, okay? So that we can maximize our discussion in the class. We can tackle more difficult problems or actual past papers, okay? So see you and goodbye.